Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWargaming.com. It is a Friday afternoon. It's been a long week, but a good week. A lot of fun stuff has happened. My first announcement I want to make really quick though, before I get into blabbing on about whatever it is I'm going to blab on about, is that Ravaged Star is now in full beta. And we've been developing the rules for a while. They've been in alpha for a while. We've had our Ravaged Star Discord with over 1,000 people in there, lots of which have been active and committing or helping with the rules and giving ideas and doing play testing. But now we're at the point where I have like literally one last model I have to write the rules for, and it's one of the special characters. And I'm just waiting for some feedback on that before I publish that. But the core rules are done. Like they're beta, so like little changes can still happen. And the rules for all the units are done, and the rules for detachments and how to build your army and scenarios, they're all done. So I'm calling everybody who wants to be a playtester to go to miniwargaming.com/RavageStar to join the Discord server. All the rules are there for free. They'll always be free, even once it's published. There'll also be like fun rule books and things like that too. But no, rules should be for free, and that allows us to be able to get into these games that we love. And anyway, so you can go there. You can proxy whatever miniatures you want, but what I'm hoping that people will do is they'll play games, and then we actually have a Google form that people can fill out with what they brought, who won, and any feedback that they have. And then if I get enough of these, I'll actually be able to start crunching numbers and see which detachments are too good, which ones are not good, and get a better idea of all of that too. So if you're open to doing some playtesting, with just whatever miniatures you happen to have lying around, then go check that out, miniwargaming.com/RavageStar. We're going to be opening up the Pledge Manager soon too. Now, the Game Found campaign, the Kickstarter equivalent, is still open. Like you can do late pledges, but the Pledge Manager is where you can pay for shipping, add on some extra add-ons that will be available a little later, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to back the campaign and help it, then just go to that as well. I'll put links below. Anyway, so lots of fun stuff though. I'm really excited for Ravaged Star, by the way. It's so much fun designing a game and watching people enjoy it. And there's lots of good feedback too, and changes that I've made because of that feedback. It's just been a really satisfying experience, and we're getting ready to really get into it. I'm going to be posting this on the Game Found campaign probably next week, but we actually have finished PVC models, like the finished product for the first starter set, like it done. And so we're well on the way to actually fulfilling this on time. Like just, knock on wood kind of thing. But I think we might actually fulfill on time, which would be, I don't know, is that some sort of record for doing Kickstarters? No, I know there's others that have done it on time, but typically you end up with production issues out of your control or sometimes in your control. But yeah, I'm excited for that Wave 1 coming in the fall and being able to show it off at future conventions that we'll be going to as well. We're planning on going to UK Games Expo next month. We won't have a huge booth for that one. We're planning on going to Essen Spiel in Germany in October, maybe at Nova Open as well. And then I'll be at the Grand Narrative with my Tyranids. I'm still a GW fanboy. Make all the games that I want. And I still want to play other people's games too. That was a fun thing at Adepticon. I was talking to people about that, because sometimes people will be like, oh, I like this better than 40K. And I'm not saying it's better than 40K. I'm just saying some people would say that, and I'd just be like, well, you know what? You can like both games, or you can not like both games. All I know is that after we're done here, I'm going to go across the way and do a demo of Fallout Nuka World, because that looks awesome. And then I'm going to go down and do a demo of Bushido, and then I want to do a demo of that game. We're just gamers that want to play games, right? So let's just have fun with games. Of course, we love to complain. We love to talk about stuff online, and we can keep doing that too. There's nothing wrong with that as long as we keep it civil. But it's just a lot of fun. Speaking of new games as well, Luke and I filmed the first 2 episodes of the Death Watch narrative campaign, and it was so good. It was so much fun. I forgot how much fun it was to do Death Watch. We did some heavy alterations to the 40K rules because they don't really work well at the small scale of only having 5 models, each model acting independently. And having them upgrade and all that kind of stuff. So it's still 10th edition 40K, but then with like mixed in elements from 2nd edition combat and maybe a little bit of an initiative system too that we add in by the 2nd episode. But it was just so good. It was so much fun. The games went really well. We'll probably start publishing those in a couple of weeks because we're just trying to get ahead on that before we start putting them up. Going to film a couple episodes every week. Will be available for Vault members, and the first episode will be for free, and the second one will be to our Vault members and narrative wargamer level YouTube members. So you can check those out if you want to get ready. We are going to keep the lifetime Silver Vault membership sale open a little longer to allow people to grab that if they want to watch the Death Watch narrative campaign and grab all the old ones as well. So you can check that out if you want. Just lots of fun stuff going on, and a lot of projects going on too. But that's kind of the way I roll. It's hard for me to do 1 or 2 projects at a time. I usually like to do 5 to 10 projects at a time, and because there's always a lot of in between waiting, and I want to fill that time and just kind of have fun with all of them. It does sometimes provide a little too much stress and pressure when they all have deadlines around the same time, coincidentally sometimes. But I don't know, I wouldn't want to have it any other way. It's either that or just be bored. And I gotta just, if Age of Sigmar, my favorite realm would be Realm of Fire, because it's like burn hot, burn fast. I like that. I like that idea where it's like, you know, it's you just go out there and do stuff, right? You just get it done. You don't pace yourself. What is that supposed to be, right? I don't know. It's probably bad for my health or something, but whatever. Like I said, going to be rambling. So the biggest thing though is that Ravaged is in beta, and we would love to get your help playtesting it. So join the Discord server, or if you're on the Discord server, get back over there, grab the latest rules, and build your forces according to the rules in there. And then, like I said, there's a Google form to submit after you play every game. You don't have to write it up. It's just basically like what factions you played, what detachments you brought, and who won. And then there's a section at the end for feedback. But I'm just looking at it very mathematically, right? If, like, let's say I got lucky and I got 10,000 games put in there, which is not likely to get that many, I would be able to see which detachments are always in winning armies and which ones are always in losing armies, and then be able to see how to balance that kind of stuff. Now, I know that I'm not going to get quite that many, and so I'll just have to kind of try to look for trends and see what we can do and take more verbal feedback over just the mathematical one as well. But it's a lot of fun, and you never truly balance a game, but can at least get rid of some of the really bad outliers that might ruin the experience for some people. So anyways, just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's helped out to this point, because it has been great, and it's been a ball. I've never thought after 16 years of mini wargaming that I'd be like doing my own game. We tried that like 12 or 13 years ago with Dark Potential. We were too young, didn't have enough resources, and so I did it for a couple of years, and then we had to abandon that. But now it's like, no, I think we're ready. We're finally have that intersection of resources and experience and motivation to be able to make it work. So I'm really hoping that this will be the start of some really cool games that we are going to be developing over the next few years. And it's all thanks to you guys. And there's one thing I want to say, one last thing I promise, is that the thing I felt the most at Adepticon was just how much influence each one of you has in our lives. Because like there's like one person just buying one box for, $100 or $150 or $40 or whatever it would be. And it'd be like, you realize that this isn't some giant corporation where that money then gets distilled down 17 levels of bureaucracy. It's like, no, this is a small business with just a handful of people working with artists and writers and things like that. The money goes to people. It feeds our family. I've got 5 kids. You guys have been feeding my family for the past 16 years, and it's just great. So I just realized that. I didn't just realize that. I just realized seeing people in person and talking to them about that, just it's like a renewed sense of gratitude for this industry, this gaming industry, which is, sometimes seems silly that that's what we do as grown adults, is play these games and get mad about these games and get mad about factions being removed from our favorite games and all these wonderful discussions that we have. And it's just, but it's the passion that we bring to it that really makes all the difference. So thank you. However you help out, even if it's just by watching, thank you. But especially if you're one of the backers for the Ravaged campaign, like that's obviously the best way you can support it is by being a backer for it and being a playtester to help us really iron out all the rules so it can be the best it can be. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling here. Actually, I want to hit the 10-minute mark because I think that works better for the YouTube algorithms, which of course now they've heard me talk about the YouTube algorithms. So now the YouTube algorithm will be like, hey, you're talking about the YouTube algorithms. We're probably going to have to ding your the views and not show the video as much. And yet here I am still talking about it because we got a few more seconds until we hit 10 minutes, and then that'll be fine. So there we go. We did it. We did it. We made it. Thank you so much. Happy wargaming.